Hi friends, Tracy.bish here, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the countdown to Christmas. I've collabed with my good friend Rachael Merrick, who is a fellow demonstrator and a really great friend. And we're super excited to be sharing with you some great projects that you can do for your Christmas season. So today is day 20 and I want to share with you the project that we're going to create today. This is so cool. It is a sliding treat box that holds a Cadbury Marshmallow Santa. My husband and son love these, so this is not going to last long. But this is such a cute little gift idea box. You could put lots of different projects in there as well. Or products mainly, not projects. Again, this is day 20. And if you have just come across this video, you haven't seen our countdown to Christmas so far, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And then after this video, go and check out in the description of this video where you can see all the links to Rachel's and my previous videos for this series. And make sure you head over once you finished here and subscribe over to Rachel's videos as well. All right, we're going to do day 20, this great sliding treat box. And let's get started. Hi friends, welcome back to the countdown to Christmas. I'm super excited to be sharing with you today today's project. We're using the traditional labels stamp set for our sentiment. And then for our DSP, we have the amazing Christmas Tags More. That's page 15. The traditional labels is page 22 of the mini catalogue if you're in need of where they are. All right, let me show you today's project. How cute is this? This little box has some embossing, 'tis the season, and this is gorgeous paper, beautiful greens here. It has a little slide out box, which, let's bring that out, slide it out, and we have a little Cadbury Marshmallow Santa inside. So look at this, very, very simple. Absolutely stunning little treat box, and you know, you could fit so many different things inside here just depending on what you want to put in. Let me have a quick look. It is 4 5/8 by 2 1/4, and up high the depth is 1 1/4 inches. So there we go. This is a cute little treat pouch that you could, you know, create and pop anything inside. Let me share with you. So we have the traditional labels dies for our sentiment. We have the beautiful Christmas Tags More 6x6. We are using, these are opal rounds assortment from the annual catalogue. I've got the clear ones there. Got my Marshmallow Santa ready to go. We're also using Versamark ink and basic white embossing powder. And then I have my soft seafoam cardstock to create our little treat holder and our DSP pieces as well. So we've got 2 pieces, 2 pieces and 2 pieces, and I'll talk you through those measurements as we go along. But just so you know, each project, so the 24 projects in the series, will have a tutorial bundle at the end of this series that you can purchase, and it's going to be a really decent price that, you know, you're going to want to be able to grab this for future reference so you can create your own little treats and fun folds and wonderful ideas. So just know that that's on its way. All right, so I do need to grab my paper trimmer and we're going to create our box to start with. So the outside layer, this is going to measure 10.5 by 4 3/4, and we're going to do some scoring. So let's get rid of our cutting blade. Our first score line is going to be at 1 5/8. 1 5/8. Then 2 3/4. 4 1/8. 6 3/8. 7 3/4, and 8 7/8. Okay, there is the outside layer. Our second piece of soft seafoam for the inside little treat box. This measures 7 inches by 4 3/4. On the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 1 1/4 and 5 3/4. On the 4 3/4, we're going to score at 1 1/4 and 3 1/2. We're going to fold and burnish on all those score lines really quickly. So as you're watching, do you have a favourite so far of the projects that we have shared with you, both Rachel and I have shared with you? I'm interested to find out. So all these score lines we're folding inwards. This first score line on both sides we're actually folding outwards. And that is, so as it folds together, these two are going to come together and create the outside box. Okay. To create our inside box, we're going to take the edges and cut up to each score line here. And we're also going to do just a little bit of miter cut on both sides. And same for the other side, up to that score line. And quick miter cut. We can add this, or adhere it together so it's the complete box. We're going to add adhesive to each of these 4 corners. I'm using Terran tape, but use your Seal Plus, your green multi-purpose liquid glue, whatever you have in your stash, or whatever you prefer to use. I really love the green glue, but I find doing videos I end up with sticky fingers and you can't go and wash your hands, and I struggle with that. So for me it's just easier to do it this way. Okay. Let's take our backings off. Hope everyone's having a really great day today. Is anyone doing anything exciting? Do you have anything on? Okay, so we're just going to close our box up by lining our sides up together, giving that adhesive a nice push in to make sure that it's nice and adhered well. Very, very simple box template here. And then we have our little box for the Marshmallow Santa to go in. So he's ready to go. Let's pop him to the side. Let's bring this one back in, and we're going to do our heat embossing. So the front top piece and also the back end, we're actually doing heat embossing. So it'll be the second one down that we're going to be stamping our sentiment down. I have to get my sentiment out first. I have done white embossing powder with this, but you could certainly do gold or silver and change your adhesive, change your embellishments around a little bit. Because I've sort of mucked around with this paper as well, or cardstock, I'm just going to use my embossing buddy to make sure that nothing is stuck there. And you want to make sure that this top piece is facing upwards when you stamp to make sure that your sentiment is stamped the right way. So we have that. Let me get my powder out. And I think this is a nice subtle sentiment here with the white on soft seafoam. Really subtle, but so beautiful. That's ready to go. I'm going to turn it around the other way, making sure that I do not touch where I've just added my powder. Again, this is at the top, which means that we're going to be stamping the correct way. Let's ink up our sentiment, and before we do, embossing buddy. Ink up our sentiment and stamp that in the middle. That was on a bit of an angle, so we're going to make sure that that goes to the back of the box. So we'll make sure it's straight. It's not too bad, but it's noticeable to me, so I'm going to make sure that that is the back of the box. Can you see that? All good. All right. Ink goes away, embossing powder goes away. Bring our heat tool in, and we're just going to melt that powder. As soon as it's melted, it'll go nice and glossy and shiny, which is gorgeous. Put your hand up if you love heat embossing. You guys can't see, but I have my hand up in my head. My favourite technique. Such a wow technique for new stampers as well. And there's so many things you can do with heat embossing. Emboss, resist. Oh, it's just amazing. So that melted really quick. Let's do the other side. Perfect. All right. Now you want to make sure that you let that cool down a little bit before you touch it. Now we have our DSP pieces here. These measure 2 inches by 1 inch. They are for the little sliding box. Then we have 2 pieces here that are 4.5 by 1 1/8. That's for the side of the box. Then we have 2 larger pieces for the top, which are 4.5 by 1 3/8. So we're going to add those. So we've got one here. The second smaller one goes here, which is going to be the side, and the big. And this paper is I suppose it could be directional, so we're going to make sure that we glue it in the right way. If it is way more noticeable of being a directional paper, you want to be careful how you're doing it, because one side's going to be right side up. If you don't turn it around, you could end up having one upside down. And I've made plenty of projects where I've had one side not up the right way. That happens. You just make sure you give that project or that card to someone who you love, who's not going to judge you. And honestly, if they're not stampers or card makers themselves, they're not going to be judging anyway, because they're not doing it themselves. So I'm just using liquid glue. How pretty are these colors together? The DSP just pops on the soft seafoam. Love this. I don't use soft seafoam nearly as much, but this is gorgeous. Okay. So we have that container ready to go. Let's bring in our little box, and we can add our 2 smaller strips of DSP. And you can leave these out if you don't want to, but honestly, it really does finish the box off when there's a nice side of the box. Let's slip sliding around. Try the other side. Pop this one down. Stunning. Okay. We can now secure these two together, and I'm gonna, I've got my glue out, let's just use it. I was gonna grab my tear and tape, but this will work as well. Just gonna line those two up, making sure that they line up really well. And then we can place our little Santa inside. Oh, hold on to it for another couple of seconds. How cute is that already? All right, let's grab that DSP out, and we're going to grab that little poinsettia, that one there. And there's also a little mistletoe, which goes perfectly with that DSP, obviously. We're going to be using that one as well. And let's grab a mini glue dot for that one. Just want to adhere that mistletoe to the poinsettia. So just have it popping out the top there, and then we can add some dimensionals down on this one, like so. And that really makes it pop gorgeous. And then to finish off, we've got the Opal Rounds assortment. I wanted clear embellishments, so these are still in the annual catalogue, so you might have them in your stash already, and if you do, awesome, because they are so pretty. So I'm just going to add 3 of those down and another one up top. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little treat holder. Such a cute idea. Really, really inexpensive. A couple of bits of cardstock and a little bit of DSP. A little chocolate Santa. Why not? Absolutely stunning. And I love the addition of the heat embossing there as well. So this is part of the Countdown to Christmas with Rachel and Tracy. I hope that you're enjoying the series. If you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used on today's project, you can purchase them in my online store. There is a link in the description as well as on the screen, so you can check that out. It's also in the description. You will find all the links to all the projects that Rachel and I have already shared with you. So please go over and check those out if you haven't already. While you're still here, please give me a thumbs up. It helps to push out, or YouTube then helps to push out these videos to share with other people. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like about it, what you like about the series. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and go over and check out Rachel's projects and give her a little love as well. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you have enjoyed this cute little project, and you maybe will give that a go as well. If you don't get the chocolate Santas, pop something else inside. I'm sure you can get another little treat idea that'll fit nicely into that little box. Okay, thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me. I hope to see you back here again really soon for another project. All right, everyone, bye.